Ooh, the wind is crazy. So I had a comment a couple days ago that I think was meant to be kind of condescending, but joke's on you, it's actually a really good idea for a video. After a year, am I bored of Pattaya yet? Will you get bored of Pattaya? Is there enough to do here and enough diversity of extracurricular activities that you'll have a good time? And definitely, I don't know. So Thailand for 1 year, more specifically Pattaya for 1 year. Am I bored yet? If you've been watching the videos recently, you probably know that I'm ready to go to a new spot, but is that because I'm bored and there's nothing else to do here? Or is that because I'm just ready to go to a new spot for me and you and this channel? Well, I'm gonna go over a few things today, and if you relate on any of these, you might want to plan to move around a little bit more. If you're thinking about staying solely in Pattaya and some of these things resonate with you, might want to plan for something else. Okay, so it is windy as all hell today. I don't really know how this mic does in the wind, so if it's a little brutal with the wind noise, my bad. We will know moving forward. That's just kind of the game with new equipment. Oh man, we are fighting the elements today for sure. It's nice though, it's nice and cool out, but the wind is a little gnarly. I've tried to set up 3 shots already on this camera and it just gets blown over by the wind, which is pretty gnarly because this tripod is huge. But if you're planning on coming to Pattaya and you're doing your research, which you obviously are because you're watching these videos, so good on you. You'll probably know by this point that if you're looking for one specific type of entertainment, then Pattaya's got plenty of it. And if you're cool with doing that for the foreseeable future, you're probably not gonna get bored. But if you're like me, especially coming from the States, I was in the entertainment industry for a long time. If you don't know, I was a DJ for a long time. I've been a bartender, I've been a server. I've done every little bit of everything when it comes to hospitality and nightlife. So in all fairness, I'm a little biased. Now this might not reign true for you. Maybe you're retiring, you've been busting your ass for the past 30 years, so you're ready to cut loose and just kick it, have some beers, and just stay on the beach for the foreseeable future. But if you're a younger guy like me and you might be looking for a little bit more stimulation, maybe Pattaya is somewhere that just needs to be on your list, and then you can continue to go to other spots. After being here for a year, I feel like I have a pretty good gauge on whether things continue to stay fresh here or whether that shine of Pattaya in Thailand kind of wears off when you first get here. Now it's going to be much different if you're on vacation as opposed to moving here, so we're talking in the guise that you're moving here full time. Now, if I was to tell you, oh, well, you know, there's plenty of other stuff that are like super big attractions in Pattaya, and nightlife isn't everything, and if you're gonna be here for a long time, there's plenty of other stuff you can find to do all the time that'll keep you entertained. Well, if I was to say that, frankly, I'd be full of shit. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of other things to do here besides party, besides nightclubs, besides go-go's, all that stuff. But after a while, a lot of these things are more of the like, I don't know how to really describe it, more catered towards like the tourist experience. I don't know about you, but I can only race go-karts and go on boat tours so many times, seeing the same things over and over. So if you're staying here for an extended period of time, after a while, it can get a little bit difficult to find other, you know, real staples of entertainment here besides going out, partying, hitting the clubs, drinking beers, getting hangovers. It can be a little hard at times to find other things to do, and it can be even harder to find people that are interested in doing those things with you. Tripod deemed ineffective. no matter where I sit, the wind is just blowing over the camera every single time. If all my B-roll shots are super shaky, I'm trying, but the wind is so gnarly that every time I'm trying to hold the camera, it's getting blown all over the place. Now, like we said earlier, if this is something that is gonna be a new experience for you, if you've never really had the chance to kind of live the party lifestyle, if you've been working really hard and now it's time to retire and relax, I think you'll be fine. You probably won't have any issues. There'll probably be plenty of entertainment for you. It'll essentially all be brand new, and it's gonna be fun and entertaining for a long time. Like I said, I am a little biased just because I've been doing this for a while, so honestly, the whole shine and allure and the fun of the whole party lifestyle has kind of already worn off for me. I hate hangovers now, and now that I'm in my 30s, they're getting even worse. I used to be able to go and hang with the best of them and I would be fine. Now I'm down for 2 days if I have a long night. So that's one big reason that I really don't do it as much anymore, just because, one, if I'm hungover, trying to come out and be in the sun and film these videos for you guys is absolutely miserable. I hate it. I don't feel creative. My brain just feels like a pile of goo, so it makes it hard for me. Now, if you've never really had the chance to do all of that, it's a good time. You're going out, you're meeting new people, you're going to new spots, you're seeing new clubs, you're trying new drinks, listening to music you've never heard before. But if you're like me and you've been around it for quite a bit, you start to notice little nuances of things that kind of take the allure out of it. Now, unfortunately, I've spent enough time in clubs to know that after a while, you kind of start to realize that it's all the same music, it's all the same people, it's all the same type of entertainment. No matter where you go, it's kind of all the same. And like I said, of course, I'm biased, so this might not be your interpretation on it, but if you've already gotten that experience at a lot of things, or maybe you've been to a lot of festivals or stuff like that, after a while, I'm sure you've noticed that it kind of all starts to blend together. So if that's something that you've already had the chance to experience a lot of, it might be a good idea to kind of plan around either one, going to some new spots besides Pattaya, or just having some other things set up to do when you get here. So all the nightlife and party stuff stays fresh and it actually stays fun. I'm getting shit whipped by this wind so bad. Okay, so let's summarize. Are you gonna get bored if you're moving to Pattaya? If you're just coming on vacation, probably don't really need to worry about it. Well, if you haven't had the experience, if you haven't had a lot of chances in your life to go out, cut loose, get your party on, then I don't think so. I think there'll be plenty for you to do. It'll be really easy to keep things fresh. Everything will be brand new. But if you've already had the chance to kind of experience that, granted, it is a little bit different in Thailand. There's some things that you're not gonna find at home. The whole idea of it, just the vibe when you go out to these places, it's gonna be a little bit different. But if you really pick it apart and analyze it, essentially at the end of the day, partying's partying. Clubs are clubs, so it might be something you really wanna think about before you get here. Now granted, if you're just gonna come for a few weeks, you're good. But if you're planning on staying here long term and you don't think a party or a club is gonna be able to keep you entertained for very long, might be something to think about. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here before this wind completely blows apart me and my boy bits. But if you would like to learn a little bit more about Pattaya nightlife, see what it actually is like before you get here, go ahead and click the video on screen right now. And like we always say, I hope you guys have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one. I got more sand in my teeth than Anakin Skywalker right now.